Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Deb's Thing. I've been having a lot of trouble getting my tutorials made, but I went through all my tubes of designs that are in part 1 and part 2 of my introduction to my original design collection and picked 5S, which I've named Cruciate. Cruciate. I'm trying to find more exotic words. I think our English language pales in comparison to some of the beautiful words in other language, and it is basically Latin for cross-shaped. And as you can see there's distinctive cross shape, and it makes me think of my Savior, Jesus, and the crucifix, the cross he bore for our sakes. And while I'm not crazy about the colors I used for the cats, I used the clear underneath. I remade it using a couple of I Love Hue Shop bands. I think she or he did not designate what colors, but this one here I believe is the rum color. And this here is a really, really pretty metallic pink. It's just like a rosy pink. It's just gorgeous. And this is the cooler of the two pastel pinks in the mixed pastel colors. I like this, but I'm a little disappointed. It looks really good on camera here. Sorry for my nails. They are cleaned. But I think this is dried blood beneath them. Sorry about that. But I wish the cross shape was a little more distinctive. So for my demonstration, for the A color, which is the border, I'm going to be using I Love Hue Shop Silver. For the B color, which are the little cross shapes, I will be using Hue Shop Gold. And then where I use this beautiful rosy pink, I am going to be using white. And I think with the white in the backdrop color will make the gold crosses really pop. So I'm going to get off camera for a second and sorry about that, and get a couple things I forgot, and then we will start. For this design, we will be using a 5-bar, pump this up, bring this back a little bit, 5-bar setup parallel to each other, and I am going to make this full length for myself. That way I can determine which one of these I want to keep for my collection. This one these blues here are non-rainbow loom. I forget which exact brand, but they are literally so a couple of the extension bands literally rotted off, and there's several other bands rotting off, so I'll be throwing this away afterwards. So what I'm trying to say is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's go by where these indents of the light blue go. There's in one loom there are 6 sections. I'm saying that a few times fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I made this one going into the second loom, so that I have 1, 2, 3. Oops, sorry, I'm out of practice. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sections, and this is just a little short of what I would like like it to be for a full, full-length bracelet. So I'm going to either do 9 or 10 sections, which probably will not fill the whole loom, but then I kind of have the luxury of that for my own use because I got tiny wrists. Other hand, smaller bones, higher risk of osteoporosis, which I have already been at that level of bone deterioration due to my illness. I was diagnosed at age 49, but I've been working really hard to change that, and I'm back out of the danger zone, but tottering on unhealthy bone density. So let's get going. I decided when we make the bigger bands that it is better to, you've got to use some kind of extension. I mean, if it's just the bands that hold it together at the very end, like the cap and those bands at the beginning, first ones that you put in to hold it all together, I think doubled, it looks better, and it just fits a 5-bar design. So I am putting 2 of my color A's, oops, one popped off, and that way it's just easier in the end for me to have these bands already pre-placed. Now we are going to take our A colored band, and 1 and 2, 1 and 2. I've got my initial setup, which I think is, I don't know how many steps, but actually the setup part isn't the hardest part, it's the looping back, and I've got, I broke it down into 10 steps after the initial looping to really help you, because it is so confusing, this design. In order for me to make the crosses on top like that, and I wish I could have figured one other thing out, but I think it looks nice enough this way. So you're definitely going to have to pay attention for that. But I tried to speed up the process. So instead of going through each section, how it goes, I'm going to take the shortcut. And you're going to go 2, up, try these, 1 across. It's kind of making an F shape without the middle line. So you're going to go up both sides of the loom, 2 up, and 1 across, 2 up, and 1 across. And let me show you what it looks like on this side so there's no confusion. 1, 2, up, 1 across. Of course, make sure it's parallel. When I did this one, I wasn't paying attention, and so I had to pull one side all off and redo it because I didn't have them lined up. So you do 2 up, 1 across, 1, 2 up, and 1 across. And as I said, like 1, 2, 3, I had used 9 sections, which almost fit my smaller wrist. So I think I'm going to try 10 sections on this one and see what happens. So go all the way up to the end. You have how many sections you want, and then I will show you where to go from there. I know it is almost impossible to see the silver bands, but I did 10 sections, which the band going across is right here. Now to finish off the A bands for now, You put one here and one here. Well, actually, I'm not finishing them off exactly because I do have a couple more, and here's my box. So I ran out. And I have to make sure to remember to put these on. The next step you're going to do is you're going to put an A band here. And if I forget, this final band up this row will also be an A color, not the B, because as you'll see on this side, you see a full cross because there's the A colored pink band here, but I forgot to put the A band on. This would be the last because here's the cap. See, I use the B color, the rum color, and it throws the design out of whack because there's this random B color. So this should be an A. So if I space out, goes like this, the last band you'll put up the center will be an A, not a B. So now that we have one A colored band here, we will be doing 1, 2, 3. 3 steps. 1 up, 2 across, 3 up. And we'll just keep doing this all the way up. 1, 2 on the left, 2, oops, sorry, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 3 straight up. 1 up, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 straight up, 1 straight up, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 straight up. So you continue to do that all the way up to your last 2 pins. Okay, and then you will put your color A, but if you're unsure, just stop here, and I will stop here, and then I will show you how to finish that last little section off. Alrighty, one thing I forgot to point out, which hopefully you caught, was when you did the B color, or in this case the gold, and you go across, they will line up where you did the A color across. So you don't want to do it in the middle. There will always be 2 vertical bands for every 2 across. So 2 vertical, 2 across, 2 vertical, 2 across. Uh-oh, sounds like my husband's van is in. I might not finish this tonight. So here we are at the very last section, and we are going to grab our A color and put it just like that. And I am going to go off camera because he'll be coming in the house with groceries or whatnot, and it'll be a distraction. So I'll either get right back when he's on the shower or tomorrow. Hello everybody. I'm a little winded from moving around. I just noticed I had my second fan on and I can't remember. I probably had it on before. I am so sorry. But if anyone watches the international weather or in the United States, listens to the forecast, Southern California is in for some record-breaking heat, and I do not do well in heat. I wither 100 times faster than the average folk. So anyhow, I do spend a little time in my husband's, I guess we call it his study, room where he hangs out, watches TV and his computer and whatnot, and he was listening to some retro 8-track tapes, and he was listening to Elvis. And I go, oh, is this his greatest hits? And he laughed, saying, are you kidding me? He's probably got 10 greatest hits. He goes, it's his top 10 hits. And of course, lo and behold, while I was there, it played my absolute favorite song ever recorded by Elvis, In the Ghetto. Oh, I was only a kid, 9 or 10, 11 years old, and that song just brought me to tears even as a kid. What a precious song. Well, anyways, back to business. After I'm trying to get over Elvis in the Ghetto. So now we're going to work on our C color. And so C1, C2, C3, and C4. You're going to push this down because we will need a cap. Now you can either go all the way up, C1, go up one side, C2, C3, C4, or you can alternate C1, C2, C3, and C4. And you want to make sure these centers where the 4 gold intersect, we'll be putting a cap on those later on also. So you can just push everything down as you go. C1, C2, C3, C4. And you will do that up each section here until the very last one, of course. And then I will show you how to start looping it back, which is a little difficult, but it started a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10-step cadence once you get past the first loop, first band's looped. Actually, the first band's looped. Once you get that rhythm, it's not too difficult. So we'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, the next section. Oh, I'm sorry. The C bands are finished, and the next thing we will be doing is on where all the C colored, or in this case the white bands, intersect. We will be capping those. And also, so you've got the 2 white bands here, and then up here, alternatingly, you will be capping your B color. You can use a different color if you want, but as you know, I did here, I used clear, but I think I'm going to like using the same colors. So okay, you did the 2 whites here, A color, and I'm sorry, I think I said C, but the B color you cap here, and now you're going to cap the 2 white. Now you cap the 1 B color. Just getting tired. The whites are the C, the gold are the B, and silver are the A. So if I say otherwise, I'm making a mistake. So now we're going to go up 1. I almost went here, but that's not how to do it. So you do the 2 white, and in the next section you do the gold, and then you do the white, color B, no, color C, color B. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to do 2 color B, excuse me, 2 color C, 1 color B, 2 color C, 1 color B, 2C, 1B. And I'm so sorry, I was really tired, but I want to get this done because I'm going to be useless tomorrow during the day, and it might be just too hot to work on this in the evening. So again, 2C, 1B, 2C, 1B, and cap it that way all the way to the end, except for this last pin here, which I will show you how I'm going to put the end cap on. Okay, now that we have all those caps of the color C and color B, we have to cap our last little pin here. And because I put 2 bands here to connect it all together, and I need a couple of rings of extension, I want to have them doubled, so I'm taking 2 color A and twisting them around like this, and then I'm going to stretch them over that middle pin in the last row. Now I'm turning it so the arrows, of course, are facing towards us, and let's get going on the looping sequence. We will start by okay, the one I had, somehow I made wrong notes of it, but this is the first band you're going to pull up. Hold, excuse me, I'm going to reach over the camera. I just have to make note of my notes because I had them in wrong order there. So that's number 1. And it's a little harder because there's a double cap there, but this is loop number 2. And then we're going to go up to here and hold the cap down if you need to. This is going to be loop number 3. And always remember to pull everything back so you can reach down and see that the one you need to loop. And then this is number 5. And this first sequence will be just for this first section, and then after I will have a 1 to 10 sequence. That's 5, 6, and 7, and then we'll do 6 and 7 on this side. 6, 7, then we'll reach in here, grab number 8, and then go to the outside, number 9. I know this seems really chaotic, but this is the best way I figured out to keep track of it. And then we would reach in here and grab the B colored band. And this would be 10 to the left, 10 to the right. And we're down here, and this is number 11. And then we're going to go up here, 12, and then go dig in and grab this A band way down there, and that will be number 13, and that's how the first sequence goes. After this, it's going to be almost the same. except I didn't have to do the setup step, so it's going to be 1 through 10. And for me, counting the sequence steps is the easiest way to not lose track of the order, because it does, you know, feel a little chaotic to me. You know, from the get-go, but that's what it took to make this beautiful cross design. So now this is going to be 1, and 2 on the left, 2 on the right, steps 3 and 4 on the left, steps 3 and 4 on the right, then in the middle here, step 5, and then going on the outside, step 6 on the left, 6 on the right. So reach in here, grab this B-color band, step 7 to the left, 7 to the right. Go down here, grab this one, 8 on the left, 8 on the right, 9 on the left, 9 on the right, and then all the way down to this 8-colored band, and this is step 10. And then we start all over again. Okay, so as you can see, some of these steps are step on the left, step on the right, and others it's just a one step band, a 1 band step. Okay, so let's go. Step 1, and then step 2 you will do on both sides. Step 3 and 4, because they don't interfere with the sequence of anything else. So step 3 goes to the outward bar, and step 4 goes to the center. Then 5, we'll be taking the center B colored band and bringing it up. And then step 6, we'll do on either side. Then you come back to the center and do 7 out to the left, out to the right, and then come down here for step 8, 9, and 10, and then do the same thing over here, step 8, 9, and 10. I hope that isn't confusing you. I just did those 3 in order of on each side, since doing them in that sequence, they don't interact with each other, because these are on this side, and these are, you know, these 2 bars on this side, these 2 bars on that side of the middle band, and it's just easier just to do it on this side and then another side and go back and forth, instead of going back and forth and back and forth. So I'll do it another time, and hopefully I'll keep the same type of sequence. This is 1, 2 on the left and the right, and then you do step 3, step 4, and then you go on this side and do step 3, which goes outwards, Step 4 goes inwards. Step 5 reaches down and grabs that middle band and brings it up. Step 6, go to each side. And then 7, you have to do that by itself, just to get them out of the way so you don't confuse yourself. And then we can do 8, 9, and 10 in a row on each side. Step 8. I know this is the weird step because you're kind of going ahead of yourself. But that's how it makes it look like the little flower. 8, 9, and 10. It has to be done that way so that this last 10 can keep those all looped together. I clearly remember making this because it took me quite a while to figure out the sequence to get the look that I was trying for. Most of the time, I just put a bunch of bands together and it comes out right. I said, "Ooh, look at my wonderful design." But this one I was actually purposely trying to get a certain look. So that was 8. Oops. Okay. If this happens, just put your band, put the cap back on. Try this again and make sure we try to hold that cap down so it doesn't pop off. Okay, that was step 9. And then step 10, reach down to that A band and it holds it all together. Okay, I'll do one more segment and then I think you'll have enough to rewind and look at and review if necessary. Step 1 comes from the center. Step 2 is done both sides. And then I do step 3 and 4 on each side. Step 3. Step 4. Step 3, which goes to, why are you not wanting to come out? There you go. Step 3 goes to the outside. Step 4 goes to the center. And then step 5, we're back in the middle. And then step 6, we do on either side. Step 7 is taking the B color bands out from the center. First to the left, and then to the right, and then I do 8, 9, and 10 on each side. 8, you really want to hold that cap down so it wants to pop off. That was 9, and then all the way down to get that A band. Step number 10. And then on this side, 8. 9. And 10. So hopefully there's enough footage that you can review if necessary, and I'm going to finish. I've got it a little over halfway done, or about halfway done. I'm going to do the rest of this 10-step sequence off camera and then show you how to finish. So I have all the looming or the looping back done, and I'm up to my last B colored band. So we are going to put that up and then go over and do the sides, like step 1 and step 2. Then we'll do step 3 and 4 on each side. Most of you who are experienced will know that it's just, the next step is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for those who are still learning, we'll just going to go straight up and bring all these bands to the last row of pins. And then we'll start on either side. It's really hard because it's so out of balance with the size of my halo. Okay, we'll do 1 and 2 on the left. And then 1 and 2 on the right. Now I made this 11 sections long as opposed to the 10. Is that what I said this was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this one was 9, so this one's supposed to be 10. And so I should not need really too much of an extension. And I only have some regular size clips with me, which makes it a little harder. But we should be able to do it. Okay, so now with these already here, I just reach in and grab those 2 halves, put them together, and I am just going to put pull one set of bands through here before I clip it off. So now I will use my fingers. Let's see. Stick my finger in there to stretch these out. And then I have my clip on there nice and securely. And now I'm going to start working the bracelet off the loom. So I'm going to go up each side like this, gently releasing the tension. Some designs actually work better just pulling it straight off, but I don't think this is one of them, and it's just easier for me to do this way. I thought you could do this with all bracelets, but an example where it doesn't work was on my Indian point bracelet, which I love because it's so unique. But literally that one, you have to pull off the loom straight off, you know, like this, or it doesn't look right. I know. So since there's a few bands on every other one of these posts, I find it's easier, it's less stretch on all the bands. My loom is falling apart. That's okay as long as the bands are all looped. If that does it before you're done looping back all the bands, then you're in trouble. Slowly, gently. I think I'm really love this. I think it's going to look so classy. Okay. This side is the reverse side. I guess there's some interest to it, but it has no appeal to me. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. The gold crosses stand out beautifully against the white, and the elegant silver trim just makes it look superb. Now I can't remember how to pronounce it. Cruciate. The accent is on the cru, and then she and it. I love learning new words, and it just sounds better than cross. Cross is kind of, this cross can, like, in, you know, the American English language, cross is like, you know, your arms crossed in a bad mood. A lot of different meanings, but cruciate whoops, what am I doing? I'm not paying attention. Is a more definitive word. It means what it means. The shape of a cross. So here I am. So I think I'm just going to do one extension on here. So I am going to take 2 bands, cruciate. Oh. Oops, I'm sorry. Maybe you can hear it on my computer. Cruciate. There you go. Nothing like the little mechanical voice to set you straight. So now I'm going to take that double cap there and place it over. And I'm just, very short. Just have to do one. And it's just to give me a little breathing room for putting the clip on. And when you use the regular size clips, and you pretty much got 8 bands, 4 double bands on it, it's really pushing it. But there you have cruciate, meaning cross-shaped. Absolutely love it. Where are you? My other one. And then my original one, which is previewed, because it is 5S, it is previewed on my part 2 of my original designs, but this thing is going in the trash once I've posted these. Hi there, I didn't realize that my battery had died as I was finishing off putting the clip on this, and then I just did one extension, like I don't have any more silver bands out, but I just took 2 silver bands like this and took the cap. I took this cap and put it over here, looped this up, and then clipped it together just as you would any standard extension. Let's see how it looks, the size. It's plenty big. It looks awesome in my humble opinion. And so here you have Cruciate. Okay, here it is. Cruciate. I'm learning as you are. I just really like the sound of the word, and I like it's very definitive, the shape of a cross. Cruciate. Anyways, if you like this design, be sure to like the tutorial, and if you would like to see more of my videos, be sure to subscribe to Deb's Thing. And you can also follow me at Deb's Thing with no apostrophe, just Deb's Thing on Instagram. If you'd like to follow me there, you can see more of my work. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.